It's always said when we lose a young person to the streets, it looks like if NeNe Leakes' son, Bryson, will remain behind bars until January of 2024 for felony fentanyl possession. Despite NeNe's best efforts, we've seen her over the years battle with her son to try to keep him on the straight and narrow. But there's an old saying, you make the child, but you don't make the mind. So currently he's locked up in Georgia in the Gwinnett County Jail. At least he's not far from home because NeNe does live in Georgia. Now, I happen to know a little bit about the Gwinnett County, and it's a lovely area. It's a lovely county. So at least he's not in a very rough prison. So despite NeNe's best efforts to bail out Bryson, who is 33, he is stuck behind bars, according to a spokesperson in the sheriff's office. So the spokesperson said that there's no possibility he will be released before the end of the year. Bryson was arrested on July the 3rd. He is NeNe's eldest child. He was charged with felony possession of fentanyl and loitering, also prowling. The police reported that the officer found the Schedule II controlled substance on the center console near the gear shift in plain view with a small plastic bag that contained a white powdery substance. Gossip previously reported that Bryson claimed to be the youngest brother. He was perpetrating like if he was the youngest child for NeNe Leakes. He was, in other words, taking his brother's identity at the time of his arrest. Brent, NeNe's youngest son, is the son of Greg Leakes. Greg Leakes, who passed away from cancer back in 2021. So I don't know what Bryson was thinking of when he gave false identity upon his arrest, because it only got him into more trouble. He faces an additional charge for giving a false name, birthday, and address to a law enforcement officer. But it gets worse. At the time of his arrest, the cops had a warrant out for his arrest for probation violation in another case. So I don't know what he was thinking, that he's going to break or violate his probation. The fentanyl was right there open for everybody to see on the console in the car. So it's not like if he was hiding it. So I don't understand his train of thinking, like he don't give a damn. I know NeNe was having problems with him before his father passed away. And I would imagine after his father died, he probably just went into some type of depression. Maybe he needs some type of counseling. But he definitely needs to get his act together, because I remember as far back a couple of years ago, Sheree and NeNe were arguing about Bryson being in and out of jail or getting in trouble. And so this goes back, folks. This is not something new with Bryson. He has always been in trouble with the law. So sometimes it just goes to show you can give your kids everything. You can give them money, love, a good place, a good dwelling, good schooling, and they still turn out this way. So you make the child, but you don't make the mind. So the above picture shows Brent and Bryson, and he was trying to perpetrate as if he's the younger brother, which is very, very diabolical. How could he do that to his brother? What if they had arrested him and booked him under his brother's name? Then his brother would have had a record. So Bryson is not a good big brother at all. But he has been struggling for years. So he needs counseling. He needs, a lot of people say, well, you lock them up without treatment, proper treatment. When they come out back, they relapse. Maybe he needs to go into some type of treatment center when he comes back out. And the type of center where he can't walk away, he's got to go through the program. But NeNe Leakes has been going through a lot with these two boys. A couple of months ago, the youngest one, Brent, had a stroke. And he is so young. The stroke forced him to shed about 100 pounds in 3 months. So back in October 2022, NeNe shared on her Instagram story page that her youngest son, Brent, who was 23 at the time, had congestive heart failure and had suffered a stroke. And I'm pleased to see that he's doing well. But moving forward to today, the oldest son, Bryson, who is 33 years old, is behind bars at a Gwinnett County Jail on a $6,100 bond after being arrested on July the 3rd in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Guys, if you're coming onto the page, hit the like bell and also subscribe to the page if you have not done so as yet. Thank you. So Bryson is facing multiple charges, including violation of probation in 2 cases, possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, loitering, prowling, and giving a false name, address, and birth date. NeNe was asked how Bryson was doing by Gail King, and she said, "I spoke to him over the phone, and I think he's doing okay." NeNe also acknowledges that Bryson has an ongoing issue with drugs. He was arrested according to an incident report from the Gwinnett County Police Department, obtained by People, after authorities found him in the car with a small plastic bag that contained a white powdery substance. When the police tested the powdery substance, it came back positive for fentanyl, according to the field police. NeNe further stated that he needs a lot of help, he needs rehabilitation, he needs a lot of counseling. She also said, like a lot of families out there, I have family members that are struggling with drugs and certain addictions. He has an addiction. He's been struggling with it for years. NeNe also said he's been in rehab for a couple of times, and each time he comes back out, he relapses. NeNe further added that it's very frustrating, the path that she is on now. She also said she learned there's nothing she can do to help Bryson until he's ready to help himself. She says she spent a lot of money on trying to get Bryson the help that he needed, but admitted that it was because she wanted him to get the help. He did not want to get the help. So until he's ready to get the help that he needs, that's when he's going to start being on the road to recovery. Being the outspoken NeNe that we all know, she told King over the years she has had to desensitize herself to Bryson's issues. She claims he is married with 3 beautiful children, and she would never turn her back on her child. However, he's a 33-year-old man who needs to help himself. No one can help him. And NeNe said, I'm kind of numb to the situation because it's been happening for so many years. And a lot of people don't realize when a person in the family is going through substance abuse issues, you go through it with them because you're trying to help them. You're going through the journey with them. The struggles that they're going through, you're seeing, and you're actually experiencing the devastation that's happening in their lives. And so it's draining to you. So after going through Bryson's struggle with this drug addiction that he have, every one of us can understand where NeNe's coming from when she says it's very draining. And she's been going through this for years. So we can understand where her frustration comes in, and she has just totally given up and give back the reins to him. When he is ready to help himself, he's going to help himself, because she's been trying to fix him for years. But you can't fix someone who is not ready to be fixed. So according to police, during his arrest on July the 3rd, Bryson initially identified himself to authorities as Brent, his younger brother. And Bryson reportedly also listed a former address of NeNe's as his current address. So the incident report stated that they had not learned about Bryson's real identity and address until he was arrested. So they found all this out after the arrest. Both boys, Brent as well as Bryson, made appearances on the television Bravo show, where NeNe was a long-time running guest on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And King, the interviewer, asked her if that contributed to his drug use, and NeNe said, "I don't think it helped." She further said, "It's not solely the cause, the television is not solely the cause, but because the series was started when Bryson was in the 11th or 12th grade and Brent was in the 3rd grade, the lights, camera, action was shine on them and they didn't ask for it. People were picking them apart because of the job I chose to do. And so I feel for them." NeNe further said she don't know anything about addiction because she don't have that. However, she's speaking on what people have told her about addiction. NeNe also said that Lamar Odom was one of the many people who reached out for support, offering to get Bryson into one of his Odom Wellness Treatment Centers in Southern California. The program offers rehabilitation to those suffering from drug abuse problems. So guys, we have to keep NeNe and her children in our prayers because they need it. I'm over and out. Drop your comments. Give the video a thumbs up if you like the video. If you have not subscribed to the page, please do so at this time. Turn on your notification bell so when I drop a video, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you for watching.